My name is Erica, and welcome to the Beat, inspired by Steezy's reverse choreography. We have connected 4 dancers and 4 music producers in a collaboration that takes a new spin in our usual ways of creating choreography. Today, we have Jackie, who will be creating a choreography to no music, and Elena and Clint, who will then be creating a track to her moves. Let's get to know this season's artists.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Mercado and I'm from the Salle Dance Company Contemporary. The style of dance that I do are contemporary, modern, and jazz. And I've actually been dancing more or less 7-8 years. To be honest, for me, my process is much like a trial and error kind of deal. Yeah. So what I do is that I take a video and then from there I just keep replaying it over and over again, see which parts could be better, see which part can I move to a different segment of the choreography for it to look better, or which parts I need to remove. Well, for me, having no music to work with is already, the biggest challenge of it all. But I guess besides that, it's the start of the choreography that was also tricky to do, because usually with the music you already kind of have a feel, you already kind of have a lead to where you want the choreography to start. But here, since there's no music, it's just completely, I just had no lead whatsoever. So yeah, my biggest problem really, or my biggest question to myself was, where am I supposed to start this piece? Music. What inspired my choreography was just really how I was feeling. So it's just really based on my emotions. So that's what I really worked with when I was making the dance. Hi Elena and Clint. So my piece is, long story short, it's about someone who's very tired but still has to pick themselves back up. I guess the kind of aura or vibe of this piece, despite it being about someone who's still picking themselves up despite being tired, is kind of like in a dark kind of way. Also, I'm very excited to see how this will turn out, and I'm handing everything in your hands and I'm looking forward to it.
Hi everyone, I'm Clint and my artist name is Afterscience.
And I'm Pooi, also known as Shadow Tales.
And we are the music producers from NUS Electronic Music Lab, or EML.
Big shout out, thank you to EMCC for giving us this opportunity to try out reverse choreography and connecting us with a dancer from Salle University in the Philippines.
And with that, let's jump right into the production. So our original plan was Shadow Tales making the melodies and harmonies while I made the beats. As this best suited what we were experienced with.
But when we received the dance, it was so different from what we expected. The measure is not the commonly used 4 or 8 measures.
There were also a lot of dynamics in pacing and fast-paced story progression. Another challenge was that we used different DAWs as well, so that meant that we couldn't share the project file, we could only share the audio and MIDI files instead.
After thinking about it for some time, I break down the dance and write it down into a music sheet. Based on the dance movement, I track them to the beat, and I split the whole dance into 5 parts based on different expression Jackie had.
So in the end, Shadow Tales laid down most of the song arrangement, while I added all my interpretations and did the mixing and mastering of the song. So with that, let us see Shadow Tale's production process.
Since the dance has a very dynamic emotion that changes at irregular intervals, I decided to quickly create a guide beat. I selected some percussion instruments and used them to make simple rhythms. I placed these rhythm patterns to match with Jackie's expression, and when the music track has more or less taken its shape, I revised this guide beat by giving it some variation and removing excess sound. This is one of the variations I've done. I wrote a gloomy piano melody. I added some strings where they are used in this call and response section. There was a section where Jackie looked like as if she was trapped with glaring eyes. I used the synth to create a cinematic effect like something is going wrong. I further emphasized this struggle using the hi-hats rhythm that seems to be rushing everything forward. There was a moment where she looked up, proud, and rotated her head. I made everything silent to shine the spotlight on her. Back and forth of this music production process, I waited for Clint's part. We comment on each other's section, and when the track is almost done, I modulated the sounds and removed excess. And lastly, Clint finished this up with mixing mastering.
So as mentioned earlier, Shadow Tale's interpretation of the dance here between bars 9 and 13 was that the dancer felt trapped, so we believe a trap beat here will be appropriate. So I added the kicks, claps, some hi-hats and 808 basses here. And later in the song, I realized that Shadow Tale's tribal drum stem had a Mumbattan style rhythm, so I used the same kick, clap and 808 bass from earlier section to make a Mumbattan style beat. And also, as you have heard just now earlier, I also added a few scenes here and there to layer and match with Shadow Tale's scenes. A vital VST and also a resonator. Next, for the track mixing, I added a preset group of effects typically used in mixing, one compressor between two equalizers to each stand, as shown here, and adjusted the volume for each track accordingly. And lastly, for the track mastering, I used the master assistant of Ozone Elements 9 as shown here. I adjusted the loudness to -11 RFS and used the master assistant, which is a machine learning feature of Ozone Element 9 Elements preset to help simplify the mastering process. We'd like to thank EMCC and Salle University for the collaboration opportunity.
We would also like to thank Jackie for coming up with dance. We love your expression and your choice of movement.
We hope our track fits what you interpreted your dance to be, and we look forward to seeing your reactions.
Hope you like it.
the words. I was pleasantly surprised and amazed with how Elena and Clint went on about it and composed this kind of music for my piece. I feel like they were really able to bring it to life. I actually think that they made it 10 times better. It's just really fascinating how they were also able to incorporate their own individual styles into such an amazing music. And I feel like I was taken on to a whole different story when watching my choreography with the music. I think that this process, it was definitely difficult. But then at the same time, it was, you know, really fun to do. Because not only did I get to meet, you know, new people, Elena and Clint, but then I also got an opportunity to do something that's like once in a lifetime, or you know, that's rare, because you know, dancers, choreographers, usually we get the chance to choose the existing music already, or like the song is already given to us, so all we have to do is, you know, immerse ourselves in that music and create a concept out of it and then create a choreography. But then here you actually really learn a lot and face different kinds of challenges because you're really starting with a blank slate. So yeah, I think that this whole process of To The Beat is, you know, very humbling and something that I was able to learn a lot from. Hi Elena and Clint! So I just want to say that I'm super thankful to have met you guys, to have collaborated with you, and that I am very honored that you created such an amazing music for my choreography and brought it to life, you know, to the next level. I hope that I get to work with you guys again in the future, maybe even for an even longer piece, who knows? And I hope you guys continue to stay safe and healthy, especially during these times. Thank you guys again. Maraming salamat.
We hope that you enjoyed this episode of To The Beat. If you liked what you saw or heard today and want to follow our dancer or music producer, here are their socials. To The Beat was produced by NUS Center for the Arts as part of our ExxonMobil Campus Concerts series, or EMCC for short. If you liked this episode of To The Beat, stay tuned for the next one. Keep tuning in to EMCC's virtual stage, but for now, this is Erica signing off.